UFO breakthrough. President Biden is to set up a rapid response team in order to examine this unexplained technology. Who's behind it? Where is it coming from? And it's supposedly technology of hyperspeed that we don't have yet. UFOs are set to be the subject to new legislation by U.S. Congress. In a defense bill, it will force Joe Biden to mount a sweeping effort to investigate unidentified aerial phenomena, what we know as unidentified flying objects, UFOs. Among the litany of groundbreaking requirements, the U.S. Congress is set to mandate the establishment of a rapid UFO response team to initiate a scientific body of objects that exceed the known state of art in science or technology, and require investigations of health-related effects associated with UFO encounters. Perhaps most importantly, following 7 decades of Cold War-induced secrecy, denial, and obfuscation, the 2022 National Defense Authorization Act, NDAA, will mandate unprecedented government transparency on UFOs. The U.S. government said it has no explanation for dozens of unidentified flying objects seen by military pilots and credible people who have reported these sightings. A Pentagon report released in June says 144 reports made about the phenomena since 2004, all but one remains unexplained. It does not rule out the possibility that the objects are extraterrestrial. Congress demanded the report after the U.S. military reported numerous instances of objects seen moving erratically and in hyperspeed in the sky. The Pentagon then established the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force last August to look into these reports. And the job of the group was to detect and analyze, also catalog all these events, as well as to gain insight into the nature and origins of UFOs, according to what the Pentagon states. Robust bipartisan support for the bill's expansive provisions amounts to a stark rebuke of years of official ineptitude and inaction concerning UFOs. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box. Of course, we've not only had sightings of UFOs in the United States, but also Canada, England, India, China, Mexico, Puerto Rico, with films and radar images, and a lot of sightings over nuclear bases. Now, Congressional assertiveness is reviving the 1% doctrine, which holds that if there is even a slight chance that a particular threat is real, the government must act as if it is a certainty. It has to do with national security, of course. Formulated by George W. Bush administration after the 9/11 attacks, the 1% doctrine initially resulted in catastrophe. The legislative crusade to force the government to take the UFO phenomenon seriously is destined to clash with deeply ingrained bureaucratic and ideological resistance. Luis Elizondo, the former head of an informal Pentagon-led effort to investigate U.S. military encounters with these UFOs, highlighted this dynamic by pointing to recent comments from a top national security official. Now, beyond national security concerns, the physics-defying capabilities reported by military personnel and recorded by multiple sensor platforms demand urgent scientific attention because we supposedly don't have this technology, us humans today. Astronomer J. Allen Hynek stated in congressional testimony over a half-century ago, even, quote, if the sole purpose of such a study of UFOs is to satisfy human curiosity, to probe the unknown, and to provide intellectual adventure, then it is in line with what science has always stood for, end quote. Then we have Senator Marco Rubio, Republican from Florida, who pressed for the UFO study to be done. He is also vice chairman of the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence. Following identified aerial phenomena, or UAP, or what we call UFOs, report released in June, Rubio said in his statement, "For years, the men and women we trust to defend our country reported encounters with unidentified aircraft that had superior capabilities, and for years their concerns were often ignored and ridiculed." Rubio said in the report, "It's an important first step in cataloging these incidents, but it's just a first step. Now the Defense Department and intelligence community have a lot of work to do before we can actually understand whether these aerial threats present a serious national security concern." And I would say, of course they do. This is by James Lee, Express UK. We know that former Defense Minister of Canada, Paul Hellyer, for decades has been going around the world talking about UFOs and even ETs, and even ETs that look human and live among us. So what's going on here? Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support.